I'm Jen Rose, and this is a quilt for the Nimble Thimblers Quilt Show 2024. And I wanted to share my crazy quilts from the Guild's challenge this year. And it has a story because I started it last January, and it was a completely different thing. I just went online and looked at how to do a crazy quilt. I was making it, it was getting bigger, and I just didn't like it. I liked the colors, but I didn't like it enough to keep going. So I have a friend who I taught to quilt, who's 96 years old, who doesn't quilt anymore. And she invited me to lunch, and I went to her house for lunch. Her daughter was there and gave me a box of beads and embroidery thread that was her daughter's, who had just passed away. And she said, I hope you can use these. I know that you're an artist and I'm finally willing to let them go. So I said, great. And I went home and I started to feel inspired. And I looked at the beads inside, and there was little animals and birds and shells. And the colors that she had were just these colors. She didn't have a lot of other colors. And these were the colors that really worked for me. And then my friend Janine came over with her friend who she quilts with, husband's ties. He had passed away and she had kept all his ties, and I felt like, God, it's part of the theme, this is a theme. So I just started to lay it out, and I would cut pieces and lay it out, and then I would have a section, and then I would see another few pieces and cut it and add it on until I finally had a pretty good shape. And I sat down and I would sit for hours and just quilt the sections, and I would think, I'm not going to cut the whole thing, I'm not going to cover the whole thing, but I would cover enough that it made it look pretty. And I did the tree, and I just felt like it was a earthy, growing, loving, warm experience, and it encompassed the people that were a part of this quilt. So I wanted to share that.